Get out, you animals! This isn't Section 8 housing. The words tore through the humid air like a whip. Linda Morrison exploded through her front door, face purple with fury, bedroom slippers slapping the concrete as she charged toward the fence line. Her manicured lawn trembled under the weight of her rage. You don't belong here. Take your welfare babies and drug dealing back to the ghetto where you came from. Across the street, balloons fluttered above a picnic table. A cake sat half-cut, the frosting melting in the Texas heat. Children froze mid-laughter, hiding behind their parents as their birthday joy curdled into fear. The black father at the grill set his spatula down carefully. His jaw tightened. He didn't raise his voice or his hands. Years in law enforcement had trained him to recognize escalation. "Ma'am," he said quietly, "you need to step back." Linda's laughter rasped through the neighborhood. "We'll see who steps back when the cops get here." Boy sirens wailed faintly in the distance. That morning had begun like any other perfect Saturday in Willow Creek, a neighborhood built on symmetry and sameness. Lawns were trimmed to identical height. Driveways gleamed with fresh sealant. At 246 Maple Drive, Chief Robert "Bobby" Williams knelt beside his daughter Zoe, untangling a mess of purple balloons. "Daddy, can we put these by the swing set?" "Wherever you want, Princess," he said, smiling. At 6'2", Bobby carried the bulk of a man forged by 22 years in uniform, yet his hands were gentle as they tied ribbons to stakes. The backyard would soon transform into a kingdom of laughter, the safe, small universe every parent hopes to build around their child. Across the street, Mrs. Carter shuffled out with a neatly wrapped gift. Bobby hurried over, steadying her arm. "You're too kind, Mr. Williams," she said warmly. "We're the lucky ones, ma'am. Good neighbors make good homes." Then the front door of 247 Maple Drive opened like a curtain revealing a villain. Linda Morrison stepped out in crisp khakis and a pastel cardigan. Her blonde hair lacquered into place. She smiled with weaponized sweetness. "Good morning, neighbors," she called, starting early with the festivities. The pause around festivities held more judgment than words could. Bobby felt it, that subtle condescension that seasoned professionals like him learned to absorb without reaction. "Just getting ready for Zoe's birthday party this afternoon," he replied evenly. Linda's eyes flicked to the speaker near the patio, to the folding tables borrowed from his precinct, to the brown faces moving through the yard. "I do hope you'll be mindful of the noise ordinances. We have elderly residents who value their peace, and of course property values to consider." Mrs. Carter's hand tightened on Bobby's arm. "Of course," he said. "We'll keep things reasonable." Linda's smile didn't reach her eyes. "Wonderful. We've worked very hard to maintain the character of our neighborhood." She turned away, satisfied, but her curtains twitched all morning. By noon, Zoe's party was in full swing. Officers from Bobby's precinct, their families, a few neighbors, laughter spilling over fences. The smell of burgers mingled with the bright thump of a summer playlist. Children raced with water balloons, shrieking delight. Across the street, Linda sat at her kitchen window, phone in hand, thumb hovering over record. "Saturday, May 15th, she dictated. "Ongoing disturbance at 246 Maple Drive. Excessive noise, overcrowding, multiple vehicles. Potential gang activity disguised as a children's gathering." She filmed through the blinds as if compiling evidence for a trial only she could see. Every smile, every plate of food became proof of criminality. At 1:15 p.m., Zoe screamed with joy as a balloon burst over her head. The sound punctured Linda's composure. She grabbed the phone again. "Juan, what's your emergency?" "This is Linda Morrison. I need police assistance immediately. There's a large gathering of suspicious individuals at my neighbor's house. They're loud and aggressive. I fear for my safety." "Are you witnessing any criminal activity, ma'am?" "Yes, I believe so. There are too many people. Possible drug exchanges." Across the street, Bobby crouched to help Mrs. Carter into a lawn chair. To Linda, that looked like intimidation. "I'm dispatching units," said the operator. "Please stay inside." Linda smiled, satisfied. Finally, someone who understands what decent people face. 2 minutes later, she heard it. Sirens. Bobby froze at the grill. His ears picked up the faint wail before anyone else. 22 years on duty tuned him to trouble. Maria came out with lemonade.
"Bobby, what is it?"
"Sirens," he murmured. "Multiple units. Coming this way." The laughter quieted as people sensed his change in posture. The other off-duty officers straightened instinctively. "Everyone stay calm," Bobby said. "Keep the kids close, hands visible, no sudden moves." Zoe tugged his sleeve. "Daddy, are the police cars coming to my party?" He forced a smile. "Maybe they just want cake, Princess." The first cruiser rounded the corner, lights painting the street red and blue. Neighbors peeked from windows. And from behind her glass, Linda Morrison watched with vindictive satisfaction as 3 patrol cars stopped before the Williams home. Bobby exhaled slowly. "Here we go." The children clung to their parents. Music died. Willow Creek held its breath. Chapter 2. The chief's reveal officer Jake Martinez led the approach, hand near his holster, scanning. His partner Sarah Carter flanked left. Rookie Kowalski hung back by the cars, nervous energy radiating from him. Linda burst from her house like a prosecutor. "Officers!" "Thank God you're here. That man has been terrorizing our neighborhood." "Sir," Martinez said calmly to Bobby, "we received a complaint about a disturbance." "Mind if we talk?" "Of course," Bobby answered, voice steady. "What kind of disturbance?" Linda's voice sliced through the heat. "Noise violations! Public intoxication. Possible drug activity disguised as a children's party." Officer Carter's eyes swept the scene. Balloons, juice boxes, a cake. "Nothing criminal." "Ma'am," she began, but Linda barreled on. "He's been aggressive. Threatening!" "Look at him." Mrs. Carter spoke from her porch, trembling but firm. "Officers, the Williams family are wonderful neighbors. This woman is the only one disturbing anyone." Linda spun on her. "You've been compromised. They're intimidating you." The air thickened. "Sir," Martinez said carefully, "may I see your ID?" "Of course." Bobby reached slowly for his wallet. "Don't let him reach for anything." Linda shrieked. "He could have weapons." The officers tensed. Bobby froze mid-motion, open palms visible. "Sir, please move slowly," Martinez ordered. Bobby complied, handing over his license with deliberate calm. Linda sneered. "That's tactical awareness." "Gang training." "Check his record. You'll find priors." Kowalski blurted. "Should we call for backup for gang activity?" Linda beamed. "Yes." Finally someone sensible. "Enough," Martinez snapped. "We'll assess first," but Linda wasn't done. "They move in and ruin everything." "You people wait until someone gets shot." Zoe began to cry. Her sobs tore through Bobby's composure. Maria gathered her close. Detective James Park stepped forward, badge visible. "Officers, I'm Detective Park, County Sheriff's Department. This is a birthday party." Linda's face twisted. "Lies, you're all working together." Her words hung in the air, poison, naked and raw. Bobby straightened, something ancient and exhausted flickering in his eyes. He looked at his daughter, at the guests who had only come to celebrate life, then turned toward the garage. "Where are you going?" Linda barked. He didn't answer. The garage door lifted slowly, the motor humming louder than words. When it rose fully, Bobby stepped out in full dress uniform, pressed navy, gold braid, polished badge gleaming. The yard went silent. Officer Martinez snapped to attention. Chief Williams, Carter followed, hand to her cap. Even Kowalski's mouth dropped open. Linda's knees wobbled. The color drained from her face as realization crashed over her. You're the chief?" "That's correct, ma'am." Bobby's voice was calm steel. "And I believe we need to discuss the nature of this emergency call." The shift in power was seismic. The supposed suspect now commanded every officer present. "What criminal activity did you observe?" Bobby asked. "Children's birthday party, sir," Martinez said. "Family gathering. No violations." "And the complainant's specific allegations?" Carter read stiffly from her notes. "Noise, suspected drugs, gang activity, threats to neighborhood safety." "Interesting," said Bobby. He turned to Linda. "Ma'am, you placed this call?" I didn't know." You thought what exactly?" Her words crumbled. "The noise. The cars." Detective Park stepped forward. "Chief, several of us can provide testimony regarding her statements." "Please do," Bobby replied. Officer Rodriguez added, "She emphasized the racial makeup of your guests, sir." Linda's face twisted in horror. "No, that's not what I meant. I was protecting the neighborhood." Bobby's gaze didn't soften. "Ma'am, abusing emergency services is a serious offense. False reporting can carry criminal penalties." Phones were already recording. Across porches, curtains parted. A dozen lenses captured the moment a racist fantasy collapsed under reality. Within minutes, the footage hit social media. Racist neighbor calls cops on black police chief at his daughter's birthday. The clip spread like wildfire. Linda's rant, Bobby's quiet dignity, the stunned silence when the badge gleamed in sunlight. Hashtags exploded. Willow Creek chief instant karma. Karen caught. By evening, news anchors called it a viral reckoning. Talk shows replayed the footage. Commentators dissected every frame. Some defended Linda, claiming she'd been misunder.